that he is going to do his best to find the sender. Before returning home, he had written his own note on the rag, retied it to the albatross leg, and had watched the bird fly off. Now, before returning to the home on the beach itself, on the other shore of the island, Fritz had written a note on the same piece of cloth on the rag, and he retied it to the leg of the albatross, and he watched the bird flying off. The note told whoever received it, do not despair. Help is near. Okay, so what message was written on that rag? Fritz wrote the message that whoever receives this message, do not despair. Children, the meaning of despair is to lose hope. So Fritz is writing in this message that do not lose hope, do not despair, help is near. Fritz then successfully rescued the young woman, Jenny Montrose. So then Fritz went to find out the center of this message, and then he came to know a young woman, English woman, Jenny Montrose, was in help, and then he was successful to rescue her from that volcanic rock. Though shy at first, soon she got used to living with the Robinson family. At first, Jenny Montrose, as she was unfamiliar to this family, she was very shy. But later, she became used to living with the Robinson family. One day, they saw a ship which had laid an anchor. An encampment had been set up on one of the smaller islands. So one day, this family saw a ship which had laid anchor on the shore. There was an encampment which was set up on one of the smaller islands on that place. Children, the meaning of encampment is a place of temporary accommodation which includes huts or tents. So the family saw there was an encampment, means there was a temporary accommodation of huts and tents made on one of the small islands. After checking the people through their spyglass, Fritz and his father decided to announce themselves after they had returned home and cleaned it up. So, Fritz and father, they announced themselves. They saw through their they saw through their spyglasses, and they found that there were some people who made tent and started living on their island. So father and Fritz, the eldest son, they both decided to go to them and announce them that they are the great survivors of this place, and they are going to share their story with them. They did not want the crew to think that they were savages. See why this family wanted to go there and announce themselves, to introduce themselves, that how successfully they lived more than 10 years on this island, because they didn't want the crew to think that they were savages. Children, the meaning of crew is a group of people working on a ship. So they don't want the people who were working on that ship to think that they were savages. Savages means uncivilized. So though they were not educated, they didn't want those people, those crew people, to think that they were savages. And so they decided to go over there and announce their adventures. The next day, Fritz and his father met the captain and told him their own story as well as Jenny's.